from Knit Happens Teesside for the 25th week of 2025. Welcome, my name's Annie and this is a sort of weekly news about what's been going on with our knitting group and what's been going on with me. So the other night at knitting, Jill was wearing her pink cardigan that she'd made during the previous week while she had no Wi-Fi. She has cast on now on her blue Debbie Bliss Rialto lace top from side to side. She did have to go back because there was two different lace patterns or something. It's got leaves here. So it was a little bit complicated and she didn't quite get it right first time. Fee was making a crochet blanket. Now she thinks that she can't crochet particularly, but she can. And it was kind of, oh no, it wasn't a blanket. It was a shawl that was naturally getting bigger because of the stitch, because at first I thought it was kind of like a crochet corner to corner, but that's how it looked, but it's a 3 chain and then a V-stitch and it naturally gets bigger. So that's going to be red, orange and yellow. I was working on Halu, which I probably should show you, but it's not very interesting. But I did do a few inches while I was there. But that's on last week's anyway, so you can see it there if you want. I have made a start on my Absinthe with Van Gogh. And well, Fee thought this was yellow, which it is, isn't it? It's I think it's orange, but it's borderline. So we sort of settled on marigold, because you do get marigolds that kind of shade. So I've set up the initial sections and just move it along a bit. Started with the cables. So the cables are in the middle and then we've got a lace stitch starting here. It's a little bit, at the moment I have to really concentrate, but I think I'll get in the flow of it, and then because with the different sections it's been a lot to think about. And it's like I've printed it off so that I can not lose it and not have to have screens on all the time, because your battery wears down anyway, doesn't it? And then like I have my iPad, but I might be watching something on there and I can sort of split the screen, but it's just not quite the same. So I've printed it off and I've marked some off with pencil. And it's starting to sink in. Takes a while sometimes, doesn't it? So I'm quite pleased with it. I've used a slightly smaller needle because I'm sort of on gauge to slightly loose of a knitter. So it's a 4mm needle, and I'm a small person as well. So I've gone with I think it's a 3.5. So that's that, and I haven't decided quite what else will happen because I don't need to yet about the other colours and things. I think it's only the 2 colours, but I might sneak in the third one, like a little bit of pink, which would be, well, the cats had this one, this kind of pink, which I showed you last week. I kind of like to sneak in a mohair edge or something like that, might be nice. And I'm going to have some fun with buttons as well, I think, because there's some buttons in between the two sections. So that's Absinthe with Van Gogh by Leslie Skidmore of Ravenstitch. And she's got quite a lot of shawl patterns available and other patterns. Now, this is for Make Orange Great Again, and I have another project that is a UFO, and I don't know, it was just there. I just looked at my pile and I saw it, so I've brought it up to show you. It's, what it is it's LYS by Dreary Knits. I can never say it. Which is this pattern. So this has been out for a while, and I bought it at the time. I usually get them when they're on the offers, when they've just come out, or when it's the designer's birthday and you get a percentage off. That's when I would buy them. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? So I had a rummage around in my stash and I found this, which is like a burnt, well, not burnt, just like a rusty orange, but not too heavy in colour. So it's not, I think it'll quite suit me actually. I quite like that colour, which is why I bought it. But it had no bands on it, and if you look closely, it's a little bit like, so it looks a little bit like the Shetland wools, because some of them have, they're like variegated, aren't they? Like lots of different colours through them. Well, this pattern, I don't even know if I've got this right because it's been so long. Let's see if the moths have been in. If it doesn't smell too woolly, I don't think they bother. I think it's all right. Yes, we're okay. So it started with the sleeves. So I'm on Sleeve Island before I've even started the cardigan. Because sleeves are boring, aren't they? But I think you have to make your sleeves and then, well, you'll have to either go up or go down to join your sleeves in, won't you? Anyway, actually it looks all right. It's quite, the needles aren't that small, but it seems quite dense. So I was going to check the tension again. It's 2.75 millimetre I've got it on. But actually, this will be warm. I just have to decide. I'm going to go a little bit longer with my sleeves because you know what happens when I wear them and then they start itching, edging up. Like, they start shrinking upwards just with wear. Maybe a little bit more. I shall have a look at that. But there's no chance of me getting them both done in the period of time that we've got to do the Make Orange Great Again, which is blocked magazine, make along. You can spin orange fleece as well. It's just make something orange to make orange great again. And I'm actually liking the orange. So that's good, isn't it? Right then. It's a little bit warm here, but I'm drinking coffee like a lunatic. And in this room, it's 27 degrees. And I shall find that out, what that is in old money. So, I've been, and I'm sure other people in the UK have probably been washing the curtains. Full length curtains, so quite long curtains, one in at a time. By the time I get the next one out, the first one's dry. They're drying in like less than an hour. So that's great. So it's curtain washing weather. Now, you know my whole moth thing, and I said that moths were the only thing that I kill. I nearly had a complete disaster this week, and I nearly killed all the fish in the pond. Because the weather's warm, the water quality wasn't very good, and I've been a little bit busy and took my eye off the ball with keeping it clean. So I went out to the pond and I was paying a bit of attention and trying to clean it out, but it was actually making the water worse. And there's like one bigger fish, Slim Shady, the great big grey one. Well, he was okay, and 3 of the little ones were, but the 4th little one was on its side. And I'd run out of the treatment that you put in when you put tap water in. Oh, I'm sweating. And I got some water out of the water butt and put it in a bucket. And then I caught the fish with my hand and put it in the bucket because it was a bit docile. And it soon righted itself. And I sped off. Well, I might have been speeding, I'm not quite sure. Shot off to the pond shop because we're very lucky that we've got one that's not too far away. And did some sort of pleasant mourning about the fact that I'd only bought this bubbler last year and it wasn't working anymore. And she gave me a new pump. So I came dashing back with concoctions to put in the water and a new pump. And went to the pond. Slim Shady was on his side. So I had to get hold of him. I wasn't messing about with looking for nets and things. I got hold of him and I put him in the bucket with the other one.
They weren't looking this chipper about an hour ago. This is Slim Shady, the big one, and the little one's a rudd, I think.
So they were quite happy in that bucket, and I said in the shop, should I empty some of the water out? She said, oh yes. Well, I didn't know. So got another bucket and emptied half of the water out and put the solution in and put the hose in and got all fresh water in it. And now it's really nicely clear. Honestly, I really did nearly see them off.
Right then, you two, are you ready?
This way. Come on. Silly sausages. I don't think you'll be able to read that pattern if you pause the screen. It's very, very warm, and I think this is the warmest room in the house. Right then, exciting day tomorrow. Have some more coffee, keep me steaming. My husband bought me a present, and it matches my my wool. He gave me this early because I was telling him about how many moths I'd caught. With it being summer and very late on, I hadn't been putting any lights on. And the moths that were inside the house were seeing more light outside the house and trying to get out. So they were quite easy to catch because they were on the windows. But he bought me this, so he gave me this because I'd caught a few. And it's supposed to attract them and zap them. And it says don't touch it because you might get... Oh, did. It didn't work when I tried it before. Right, it's working. I shall try this again later, see if I can get any moths. But they'll have to go near it to be zapped, won't they? Well, at least it works because he's been looking through his receipts. Anyway, I shall update you on whether that works. I am wearing, which you probably do know, the nunculus. have a few ranunculi, and this is linen, and it's really just like string, and it catches on things because it's so open, and it's a bit of a dishcloth. I thought, oh, that'll be really trendy, you know, like linen. But it's neither here nor there, but it covers my shoulders up a little bit. Like, it's a bit flattering round the arms. It's about the only thing I could bear to wear to talk to you. And somewhere I have a fan, and I think it's in the loft. So, I think that's it for this week. But more news, maybe next week.
Oh, went to Oldham, got some yarn.